So we've done an informal poll of the gay community. Nothing scientific, but it became pretty clear that Noah and I aren't the only gays that tried to rent an apartment that suddenly became unavailable.
How does he know that you're not just two straight guys that are looking to be roommates?
Well, all we had to say is that one bedroom was fine for us.
Yeah, that's all he needed to hear. It's like these guys have some kind of system for spotting us.
It's disgraceful.
Yeah, it works both ways. When somebody accuses them of discrimination, they deny it and say, well, how can we tell?
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys thinking?
Well, I think this is an issue where the foundation really could help. We could fund a survey of the gay community. We could back a campaign to strengthen anti-discrimination laws.
We could bring a class action lawsuit against any landlords with any kind of history of discrimination.
Especially if we can prove that they're colluding.
So how do you go about that?
Offer a reward.
What about going public?
Well, we can't prove anything yet.
Yeah, but you could go on the air and tell your story. Maybe convince some of your friends who've had similar experiences.
As a way of showing a pattern without bringing up direct charges.
Exactly.
But who would give us the chance to do that?
Someone who believes discrimination is wrong, who happens to own a TV station. Like, for instance, me.
Okay, thanks. You know, I just can't believe that this kind of discrimination exists in 2009.
Well, wiping out hatred takes time.
We're trying to speed that up a little bit, though.
So do you think this is the type of story that you would put on the air?
Oh, it's definitely newsworthy. But, you know, the really interesting idea is the two of you working on this together.
Oh, you mean the whole mother-son gay rights activist?
Well, the thing is, the journey your family's taken, how you came out, how it affected everybody, why the two of you are working together, and has that, you know, changed your relationship. These are the things our audience is going to be really interested in. And it's fabulous because it's educational, and we're talking about the larger issues.
Well, what do you think, Mom?
I think it's good to show that discrimination doesn't just affect the victim, it affects the people close to them.
Yeah, exactly. So, is there any chance I could talk the two of you into doing an interview with me?
Well, I'm on board. What about you?
There is nobody I would rather have by my side.
Wonderful.
When do you want to do this?
Well, you know, the mayor got sick today and bailed on my public affairs show, and I was going to put on a rerun, but this would be so much better.
Today? You mean like live today, right now?
Well, actually, in about 10 minutes, if you're up for it.
I am. If you need more time to prepare.
No, I'm good. We're in.
Good. Let's get some makeup on and begin.
The Luke Steiner Foundation plans to launch a broad campaign against landlords who discriminate against potential tenants illegally. Not just gay, lesbian, or transgender people, but anyone.
We intend to conduct research, raise public awareness, lobby for stronger anti-discrimination laws, and build a class action suit against the property owners.
Oh, that's a pretty expensive agenda.
Well, luckily, we do have the resources.
Okay, good. Let's talk about that a little bit. It's my understanding that this endowment came mostly from Luke's father?
Well, Damian Grimaldi, yes, is technically my biological father, but my dad, the man that raised me, is Holden Steiner.
And yet, Mr. Grimaldi gave you a fortune.
Yes.
Which Luke decided to use to start a charitable foundation. He was able to take a painful family legacy and turn it into something positive. He could have just spent the money. I'm very proud of my son for being so responsible.
I'm sure you are. And I'll bet that's why you decided to work with Luke as executive director of the foundation.
One of the reasons, yes.
And what were some of the others?
I'm not entirely proud of the way I reacted when Luke came out. Like many families, we let our ignorance and prejudices affect our response when our son was simply telling us who he is.
And you want to make it up to him?
Well, not only that. As we've shared Luke's experiences these last few years, I've come to realize two things. First, many families have experienced what we have, and the more information they have, the less painful for everyone.
Actually, I'd like to defend my parents a little bit here. When I came out, it wasn't as bad as lots of kids have it. You know, lots of families cut their kids out completely.
Which doesn't make me feel any better about what I did.
But you said there were two reasons.
Well, Luke is still my son, but even if he weren't, the idea that someone can be discriminated against simply because of who they were born to be is unacceptable to me. This country was built on the belief that we're all created equal, and that people are still denied equal rights is an ongoing shame.
You know, Lily, how wonderful this is. You have turned that all around, and here you are working with your son as an activist.
Yeah, well, Luke and I have come full circle. I've taught my son to fight for his rights, and I am proud to do it with him.
And good for you both. And thank you, Lily and Luke Snyder. And thank you. I'm sure we're all just inspired by these two wonderful people. See you tomorrow. Okay, we're out. That was wonderful. You did a great job.
Mom,
Good for you.
You were absolutely terrific. Thank you.
You guys were amazing.
You inspire me, Luke.
Well, I hope it works to get the word out.
Oh, it worked. Every phone line in the entire station is backed up.
Is that true?
Yeah, go see for yourself.
Well, I wonder, is that a good thing or a bad thing?